them chanting.
Why, Kobe, I am.
Rock knock a boat.
Why, Kobe, I am.
Yeah, Guadena.
Why, Kobe, I am.
Why Kobe I am.
Why, Kobe, I am.
Yeah, Kakumama.
Greetings, and welcome inside the Wajang Discotheque. We are on I Belong to the House of Music on a rainy season afternoon in the Republic of Belmont. And I Belong to the House of Music is a series of interviews where we delve into the music of Trinidad and Tobago, and we have a conversation with somebody who has been part of our landscape to, really share the stories of their lives in this sweet, sour, beautiful, mad place called Trinidad and Tobago. And today, I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming inside the Wajang Discotheque, the lyrics man, now known as the International Shantwell, who is from close by. He's a Belmont boy originally, and he's also a chief commander in defense of the House of Starch Mango. Welcome to I Belong to the House of Music, David Michael Rudder. King David.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for coming. It was a rainy season scene to get here,
yes.
But you reached.
Very Trinidadian entrance.
Very Trinidadian entrance, absolutely. But the first tune that you shared with us was from, I think, perhaps one of our most beloved musicians, Andre Tanker,
yes.
The Wild Indian Band. What are some of your memories of that song?
Well, I remember I was fascinated by the last verse where they started a chant and song system was passing. And this chant penetrated the whole song system and blocked out whatever the DJ was playing. And no matter what they do, all they could hear was this chant. It almost took over the carnival. And I think it stayed with me for a long time, That kind of surreal, magical thing, the kind of magical realism is Trinidad.
Yeah.
And I linked that to part of the creation of the long-time band, because that same kind of drama took place in the fourth verse.
Yes.
And where everything was just the band, this band that formed on East Dry River, and now running the whole carnival, maybe for the last time.
Yeah.
But still showing us what the magic is all about. So I linked that scenario that Andre painted, and it also triggered a lot of how I wrote the Long Time Band.
Okay. But growing up in Belmont, you would certainly have seen a lot of traditional mass. You would have been like on the front line of a lot of carnival going on.
Yeah.
What are some of your memories of growing up and seeing mass and pan and fight and all of those things within the space of Belmont?
Well, the first thing, my first real experience with mass was bleachers just over the road from Katie's Road and Gillingham Avenue. Cross the road in the bleachers with your parents, eating a lot of food and watching drama play out in front of you, All Stars or whoever, with 2,000 men diving on the ground and crawling on the belly, like real war going on, people rushing. I remember one scene that people jumped over the bleachers fence and rushing this man and saying, "Who the hell is this man?" And Miss Gatti said to me, "That is Valmont Jones."
Right.
And then
the notorious.
So they said, I said, "Valmont Jones, what he do?" He said, "That's the man who thief all the money with Sam Cooke." And I said, "But why they kissing him up and loving him up?" So that made me realize Trinidadians love a smart man. you know.
Yeah.
A smart man is a general in this town, you know. And but then those memories also took me back to the fact that right around the corner we had Wayne Barkley, Jason Griffith, Ken Morris, my mentor, City Kids Steel Band, Sunland Steel Band, Dixieland, Curtis Spear. The only steel band that had a white boy as the captain.
Yeah.
You know, and Big Head Hoyt, all these people who shape the place, you know.
Yeah.
It was really Freetown.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that name, that was really what was going on at that time.
Yeah.
I used to feel like I was on a university campus, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember George Lamming, who just passed away, rest his soul. I remember in the interview you were saying Belmont is what shaped him. He used to come to there's an intellectual, I think it was Gillingham Avenue.
Yes.
He said a lot of intellectual people lived there. And they gave him a set of understanding of himself as a Bajan. He had to come to Trinidad to kind of discover these things about himself in Belmont.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And even Derek Walcott, his workshop is right in Belmont, you know, so everything happens here. Then it goes out, you know.
Yes, yes. Belmont is a crucible of all sorts of things
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
And certainly there was the wider Belmont experience, but your family also was quite spiritually connected to the space as well. I mean, I read somewhere where you were baptized 3 times.
Yes.
And the perhaps the most important, but not really important, but the most the influence you can feel the most in your music comes out of your spiritual Baptist lineage.
Yes, my grandmother used to take me away to the countryside on the train. I love trains. My children ask me, how come we love trains so much? I say, because when I was growing up as a little boy in Belmont, a train ride was like a magical thing to me. And we drive into the countryside and pass under the tunnel, and then they would take off all the lights. So pitch black, and everyone, I see the lighthouse shining in glory. I see the lighthouse, amen. Yeah. So imagine, I always like to look forward to going down the countryside and getting into this dark tunnel, and then they're singing this song, you know.
So where was the tunnel? Because I mean, you know, I have no memory of this, and I think most people
East Trinidad, but
right.
I think it's occupied by a lot of bats now.
Right.
You know, but this was like a part of the and this used to have these churches built in some obscure places. Why would people come here to build a church here? But that was part of the journey. Out of the town, and hearing the rhythm of the train. You know, you're hearing that. To me, that music was like, I had to do this again. So my grandmother had a big influence in that sense in my early days, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Talk a little bit about the spiritual Baptist faith and the connection to your music. I mean, you know, there was a time, I would say, around Bahia Girl, right forward to mid-90s, when there was definitely a drive in the music that was coming out of the Baptist yard, coming out of the Shango yard. What was the connection there for you? There's another question that's connected to that. I'll ask you.
When I lived in Bossy Lane, it was up on the hill. And if you go through the bushes, you come out on Leon Hill.
Yes.
Where there was a Shango yard. Come down the steps onto Bossy Lane and go up Bossy Lane, past Riverboat on the donkey, and you come out on Belmont Valley Road. There was a place called the Rose Bowl, which was a entertainment center for American servicemen during the war.
Right.
You know, all the girls would go there. But
Entertainment center.
But next door was the Rudder
Yes.
shrine,
Right.
run by the Antwines.
Antwines, yes.
So you had the Rudder here, the Shango Yard on the hill, City Kids, Dixieland, Sunland, Anglican Church, which my mother went to, you know, and then there's the Catholic Church with Father Graham. So it had all these, somehow all these things were connected to each other,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I just happened to have the ability to absorb all these things and just store them, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I do will come out because, not because I was searching for it, I just decided this is where I'm going to manifest,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Manifestation is an interesting word. And of course, one of the most profound, I think, lines ever to be heard in a road march is Bahia Girl in the third verse where you say, then I start to notice, wait, like you're a Baptist, she say, darling, no. My darling, it's not so. You see, Trinidad and Brazil, we have the same vibration. Ileife, she make me to understand. And I feel like that just, people almost miss that.
Yeah. Because the journey in the song was to say that I thought it was an easy picking, this girl. But the more I get to know who she is, the more I get confused because I say, this is not what I thought, who I thought it was, you know? And so then I say, they are Baptists? Because I'm trying to make the connection. And she said, no, beyond that, Ileife. So you can't say, I am Mother Africa. That's who you're talking to, you know?
Yeah.
So then like, you have to kind of move away from the astonishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it could shake you down, you know?
Short drop. Next tune, please.
I beg you to leave me, Nora, I'm going back to me country. I beg you to leave me, Nora, I'm going back to me country. I'm tired with London, I can't hear this deep band beating in junction. I'm getting homesick, I'm feeling sad. I want my passage and I'm going back to Trinidad, so darling.
Nora, Nora, Nora.
Why don't you leave Lord Kitchener?
Nora, Nora, Nora.
I want to go home to see my grandmother.
Nora, Nora, Nora.
Darling, what is your intention?
Nora, Nora,
You
Nora.
can fool the Lord, I'm a born Trinidadian. Yeah, she started a-crying when she heard that Kitchi was leaving. These are the things the lady promised me. A Rolls Royce car, a father property. But I told her, well, darling, money not love doesn't mean anything. I got to go home with no deceit. I got to take off my duties in Vincent Street, so darling.
Nora, Nora, Nora.
Why don't you leave Lord Kitchener?
Nora, Nora, Nora.
I got to go home to see me grandmother.
Nora, Nora, Nora.
Darling, what is your intention?
Nora, Nora,
You
Nora.
can pull the Lord, I'm a born Trinidadian.
Nora from the Lord Kitchener. So your entry into Calypso was singing in a tent that
vocal.
was run by
Kitchener,
Yeah.
Jazzy Pantin.
Jazzy Pantin.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the experience like seeing Kitch at work, not just as a Calypsonian, but as a tent runner, somebody who was supporting the art as well?
Well, he wasn't such involved too much in the tent itself. He performed, because Jazzy took care of that. But the real lessons were when we go to the studio as background vocals for him. And we understood the level of professionalism that he had, very disciplined. Him and Sparrow, they always knew what they want exactly.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot from those two. He always on time, first of all, and he knew how he wanted his music to sound like, So, and we would surrender to that, and that's why we became very, very close. Over the years, we used to go and hang out with Kitchener, where other people, he wouldn't allow that,
Yeah.
So he was like saying, thanks for what all you guys have done. It's Cara, Patsy,
Right. Right. Okay. And so, what role did he have in your transition from singing background vocals into being in front of the stage, into being the frontliner?
Well, after years of working with him, I learned stagecraft, I learned how to phrasing, So a lot of things like that. But it's like taking what I learned from him and putting it into my own style. So Nora is not any different from Song for a Lonely Soul. It's just that it's just a different way of interpreting the same song.
Yeah.
That's a banker that
Longing for home.
longing for home, And there's also an element in Nora that people miss. There's a book called The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, where the further he go into Africa, he found it getting like this is not where white people are supposed to
Right.
behave. Because,
Yeah.
but he's also seeing what could easily be his people's, how should I say, his savagery. But in this case now, it's like Kitchener reversed. If you listen to the whole song, Kitchener saying that she started to cry. She started to cry.
Yeah.
And he was saying, then she started to bite him. And he said, I used my discretion. So it's actually, he's painting Nora as the
aggressor,
and this cruel
aggressor, the savage.
And he is this
He is the
fine
civilized one.
civilized, and say, I use my discretion. I put my bag in leaving position. So he's not doing anything. He reversed the whole journey.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to me the way he set it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. But as somebody who has chosen to make your home away from Trinidad now, what resonance does a song like Nora or a song for a Lonely Soul or, the songs that talk about longing for home, how does that longing strike in a different way now that, you're actually living away from home?
Well, I don't think in my position, in my situation, it makes much difference because I'm here almost every other week.
Yeah.
So I get a chance to kind of, when things get too muddy, I could just go away and just
Cool your brains
put
for a
my
little
brain for a
bit.
little bit and head back.
Yeah.
So I basically live in two spaces,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that it helps,
It helps with also the separation from the, as you say, the madness.
Yeah.
And this is also something that you've talked a lot about in your music, the very special character of this place. I think few people, few Calypsonians of this generation have really sort of pinpointed what is the specific pathology of the Trinbagonian aside from you. But what is it about Trinbagonians that is so fascinating and that make us for such a good subject to sing about?
Every time I pass by Grand Bazaar, the flyover to take it to San Fernando, there's a traffic light Christmas tree.
Yes.
And I said, that is Trinidad. As they get green, suddenly they turn to red, you stop. Suddenly they go to amber. So it's like, what to do? You know? Take that road, back up here. That's a perfect metaphor right there. That traffic light Christmas tree. That is it.
Oh gosh. Short drop next tune.
I was planning to forget Calypso and go and plant peas in Tobago, but I am afraid I can't make the grade. Cause every night I lie down in my bed, I'm hearing a bass man in my head. I don't know how this thing gets inside me, but every morning he driving me crazy. Like he taking me head for a panyard, morning and evening, like this fella gone mad. And if I don't want to sing, when he start to do his thing, I don't want to, but I have to sing. And if I don't want to dance, he does have me in a trance. I don't want to, but I have to prance to his dim pom pom boom dim pom pom boom dim pom pom tim 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 top pom pom pim pom 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 boom dim pom pom boom dim pom pom tim 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 tom 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 tom. One night I said to the bassman, give me your identification. He said, it's me Pharrell, your bassman from hell. They tell me you sing in Calypso, and I come up to pull some notes for you. Pum, pum. I don't know how this thing get inside me, but every morning he driving me crazy.
Of course, bassman from the greatest, Winston Bailey, The Shadow.
Yeah, when I heard that, there was a group of Iman Hector and his brothers called Thoughts for Tomorrow. And we always be talking about this guy, Shadow. And, and suddenly, when you hear bassman, and the way society reacted to it, something different happening here. Mm-hmm. No, normally, the reason why I also added I Come Out to Play, because that was my favorite song.
Yeah.
I love that more than a bassman, but I recognize the very powerful energy, the strangeness of this thing. Where if everybody focus on horns and guitars and everything, and this man just focus on that bass. That's the bass alone. And it changed the face of the music,
Yeah.
So that, to me, was like, Tuesday morning, I was by Salvatore Building, and just watching people, pom, pom, dim, pom, pom, pom. And even as much as I love I Come Out to Play, I understood why bassman had that effect on people, But I still love I Come Out to Play.
But I mean, it came second to bassman as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, what a phenomenal watershed period for music as well. Like, as you say, Shadow changed the face of the music, the sound of it, and also his storytelling was so...
It's minimalist,
but so magical as well, So, I mean, that whole idea of Trinidad and Tobago as places of magic, of surrealism, of existentialism, Shadow got that so well and made it so simply communicable, Yeah. We are big Shadow fans, huge Shadow fans. Should we play I Come Out to Play one time? Yes.
Yeah.
It was Tuesday night, last lap carnival. Me head feeling right. I bounce up this girl. She say I drink up me whiskey and I smoke up me tampy. And right now I'm searching for a man to jump up with me. But boy, you're dancing like you're afraid to touch me. I come out to play, hold me tight around me belly. I come out to play, like you're afraid me man go beat you. I come out to play, me yeah, man, I tell you. I only hope you ain't have no woman in the band. Cause if you have a woman, that go be real confusion. I am in search of a man with your description. And you got to play with me from now until Ash Wednesday. I say, Dudu, come, take a drink of rum. She say, me shoe bust, and I lost my purse. I tell she throw away the damn shoe, and I throw away my shoe too. She say, oh, they are hoping I could bounce up someone like you. But why? You're dancing like you're afraid to touch me. I come out to play, hold me tight around me belly. I come out to play, like you're afraid me man go beat you. I come out to play, me ain't had no man, I tell you. I only hope you ain't have no woman in the band. Cause if you have a woman, that will be real confusion. I am in search of a man with your description. And you got to play with me from now until Ash Wednesday.
So I Come Out to Play by the Winston Bailey, The Shadow. You were saying that there's a line in the second verse.
She show me she take off the damn shoe and I take off my shoe too.
Yeah.
And throw it.
Yeah, they both throw away their shoes. Yeah.
Guys, this world belongs to just me and you right now.
Yeah.
That is it. Nobody else.
Yeah.
I take off my shoe too.
And it captures the energy of the carnival as well.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like this time of just unbridled freedom.
Yeah.
But there's also something that I wanted to raise, which is, you know, it's a song about a woman making her intentions very clear.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to jump to Enough Respect as a song that I consider being one of the few Calypso soca songs that deal with the idea of consent.
Yeah.
In a pre-Me Too, consciousness about sexual harassment and stuff.
Yeah.
Enough Respect is a very sexy song, but it also is communicating that this, you are having this negotiation with this woman.
Yeah.
And
hoping that she would say yes.
Hoping that she would say yes, and not trying to force her into saying yes. But I mean, what kind of clarity, what prompted that song and the way in which it was delivered?
I don't know. That one I can't remember how it came from. It's one of those songs where the way I create something, I go to studio with one or two songs, and then from there I can add songs. I don't know. I can't remember what triggered that.
Yeah.
But I think it was also always the way I see women in Trinidad. Like Bacchanal Lady. It's really like the ladies are tramp, like Frank Sinatra's. She don't go to crab games with barons and earls. She don't go to Harlem and sables and pearls. She'll take the dirt, but not with the girls. I mean, she'll hang out with the boys and talk.
Yeah.
And that's why they say she's a tramp.
Yeah.
Because they can't really control how she moves and things. So Bacchanal Lady was the same thing. It's like, she could put it in place if you don't talk strong.
Yeah.
You know?
And women, and I have to say, just to continue that women in your songs have a lot of agency. So you have Bacchanal Woman, you have Carnival Woman.
Yeah.
You send his tail straight to Casualty, and then you went in and wine on a young boy and explore his mind, and there are quite a few songs that really give women agency in a way that perhaps is not really common
Yeah,
in the
because
in
the song actually
Calypso.
started after violence. I hear he raised his hand again only last year.
Yeah.
But this time they said he tailed straight to
Casualty.
casualty. And it's something
Yeah.
I witnessed as a youngster. The neighbors of mine, the guy used to come home sometimes and be the wife. And my mother inspired, my mother went and said, listen, don't let that happen again. You're bigger than him, do what you have to do. And she actually do it. And my mother got and said, oh, why is he doing that? But I said, well, I said,
You what he want.
I said, I'll see you, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There's wine season
Yeah.
where all these women are going into the fete and, you know, carnival is their time.
Yeah.
There's, then she started wine like she never christened.
Yeah.
She body made from blood and bacchanal. You know, it's,
Yeah.
you know, these women are so powerful and the
Powerful,
carnival
yeah.
is the space in which
Yeah,
they
yeah.
claim their power.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really love that about the songs that you have sung. And I mean, you know, it also harks back to this woman in I Come Out to Play who
Yeah.
instructs Shadow. And I mean, in a time when women are the ones who are always getting the instructions, you know, to listen again to these songs
Yeah.
is to get a different sense of what is possible for women's experience of the carnival.
Yes, like it's almost like for a moment she pulled down the traffic light Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Something makes sense for a while,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Next tune, short drop.
All government of every country pay a criminal a big salary. And when they commit a crime, the law shouldn't give them any long time. A police should be glad when one sees a jaw. Lock an ex-boss office or break up master. You should be merry when somebody violate the law. But that is what the government is paying him for you somebody don't bust somebody. How the policeman going to make a case? And if somebody don't lick out somebody, the magistrate will not nobody to try. And if somebody don't kill somebody then all the judges got to beg their bread. So when somebody cut off somebody's head, instead of hanging they should pay their money instead. A chief give the whole force a promotion from a police to a commissioner. And it's the commissioner living in the big mansion. And the man who promote him down Carrera. And if somebody don't crack somebody's gun plate, you in the hand of jail court or to magistrate. Till when a man cut open down body belly, it's custody and the cat on 9 tail for you. And if somebody don't bust somebody, or the policeman going to make a case. And if somebody don't lick out somebody, the magistrate will have nobody to try. And if somebody don't kill somebody then all the judges got to beg their bread. So when somebody cut off somebody, instead of hanging, they should pay their money instead. If a man don't lick out a woman's teeth, or she don't part the face with her sweet, or so off on her hand with her saw, what the government going to pay me not the law for? He's going to kick me and I'll break your ankle. Men of the law becoming honorable, and still when you do them thing, they send you straight in jail. And from the time they hold you, they say about no bail. And if somebody don't bust somebody, or the policeman going to get a case, and if somebody don't lick out somebody.
Rapso before it had a name like Rapso.
The commander.
Commander singing No Crime, No Law. That tune is, it speaks to the absurdity of the connection, but also, yeah.
Yeah, Derek Walker always say, when people talk about the great absurdity of Europe and you know, the bigger countries, people say, listen to Commander.
Yeah.
You know, you know absurdity? Look at it right here. You know? I was always fascinated by him because he had amazing phrasing. To get all those words pack all those words inside a space and still have space if he wants to. You know? And I was also attracted to one of the great historical background vocal groups in Trinidad, music history was the March of Dimes. Laddie and them, Francine, singing Francine, all them. And if you listen to the chorus singing in that, so that's some of the best background vocal work.
Yes.
You know? And, but it's just the absurdity of the thing. And Commander's phrasing, I was always attracted to that
Yeah.
because everybody has their own story to tell. Everybody has their own gift to give. As if you want to receive it, you know. So sometimes I might do a song, and 5 years later I say, why I say that? Then something happened. I say, oh,
That was
because
why.
that is the reason why, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the premonition of somebody cutting on the weed real fast, somebody letting the cocaine pass, and, you know, the revelation maybe 15, 20 years after that song of the cocaine being trafficked in the orange juice
Yeah.
tins.
Yeah.
You know, the connection between the importance of the doctor having to stitch up the Gorgon organs, right? And then the lawyer job is to keep him out of jail and he back on his scene, tearing your tail. That commentary about the connection that exists in our society between corruption, crime, and just the way that the society operates.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that that it's almost like we accept that this is the way that it is. But how does the music help us to confront the reality of that? And how, you know, do you feel that, you know, through singing songs like this, we are forced to reflect in a way, or is it enough for us to reflect without taking it to the next point, which is to end the systems that exist in these particular ways?
Well, I think there's a song like say, Welcome to Trinidad. It paints a picture of a grim picture, but it does it in such a way that you can actually listen and it's palatable, you know? So people could say, it's up to you and me to say, well, all right, what can I do to change this? You know? And the center kind of crumbling already, but it's still there. So how do I add to this to kind of strengthen it, you know? Because I think people don't want to deal with the reality of Trinidad. So they don't want to hear that kind of thing. But I also realize that they kind of want to hear it too, you know? It's like you don't want to see what the West Indies, what's called the West Indies have, but you go back and take a little peep just to make sure. And when you see one man gone again, you turn it off, you know?
Yeah.
That's what going. That's the kind of game that it's a kind of a cricket game we play. You know, I have tried the hard and direct way, and also tried the way to do it like a laugh. You know,
The serious laugh.
yeah, serious laugh.
The serious laugh. The serious laugh is perhaps what has been keeping us from completely collapsing. As you say, the center is crumbling, and you know we see the evidence of people like to say, oh, Trinidad is a failed state, and nothing works, and there's a constant complaining that goes on, but within that there is still the structure of even within the chaos, there is some order which manages to somehow keep us from going over the edge.
You take up the absurd, It goes back to the absurd again. And, even not even Commander, but Shadow.
Yeah.
The master of the absurd also, But at the end of the day, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's a connection with that too from people, that, we know what's going on, but what we gonna do?
Yeah. Tune DJ.
Well, they're playing bad, they have me feeling sad. Well, they're playing beast,
Why they run for police? 10 criminals attack me outside of Mirama.
10 to 1 is murder.
About 10 in the night on the 5th of October.
10 to 1 is murder.
Way down Henry Street by HGM Walker.
10 to 1 is murder.
Oh, well, the leader of the gang was a hot like a pepper.
10 to 1 is murder.
And every man in the gang had a white-handed razor.
10 to 1 is murder.
They say I pushed the girl from Grenada.
10 to 1 is murder.
Well, I back until I nearly fall in the gutter.
10 to 1 is murder.
Just imagine my position and the police in the area.
10 to 1 is murder. 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 10 to 1 is murder.
Well, I start to sweat, man, I soaking wet. Mama, so much threats. That's a night I can't forget. 10 of them against me with 50 spectators.
10 to 1 is murder.
And the way they coming up like they want to devour.
10 to 1 is murder.
But in the heat of the excitement is then I remember.
10 to 1 is murder.
In my next pants pocket I forget me wedger.
10 to 1 is murder.
I don't know what to do, but I just can't surrender.
10 to 1 is murder.
So they go cut me down just as small as pretender.
10 to 1 is murder.
You could imagine how they're planning to dig out me liver.
10 to 1 is murder.
But as the crowds are together, I started to shiver.
10 to 1 is murder.
Hoppa, hoppa.
10 to 1 is murder. 10 to 1 is murder.
10 to 1 is murder by the mighty Sparrow.
Trinidad was always a kind of rude boy place, you know.
Yeah.
But Sparrow was the ultimate rude boy, you know. And I was fascinated by that song because I hear any story, I see it in the two eyes, and the mind's eye, everything I see this whole scenario playing off. Not knowing that it's a real thing that happened, you know, realize it. But because I like my vision of this it's scary, you know, that these guys kill Sparrow, you know, like, but and the phrasing, speed of the lyric, and you know, like unless you know how to sing, it's difficult to do that kind of thing, you know. So all these things, like I absorbed growing up, you know, and sometimes that's why I could put so many like long time band has so much lyrics. It's like rapid fire. It's like, you know. So these are the things that influence that style.
Yeah.
You know. And then when I went to work at PTSC, Mirama was right over the road. So I used to watch from my office. I'd be watching up across at Mirama and remembering Sparrow.
Yeah.
And imagine him inside of the place and these guys surround him in this hall. How he get out? Because Mirama had one step to go up and one step to go. You know, all these little things, you know. It's almost like living history, you know. So that became one of my favorite go-to songs, you know.
When did you make the decision to move from being a public servant working in PTSC and, you know, sort of doing your art recreationally and, you know, when did you make the shift to being, you know, to declaring yourself a professional musician, calypsonian artist?
85. 85 was the first time I went up to the trial for the Calypso Monarch. But the calabash was too much like an old song. So I took the advice of the judges. And then I say, because I was first of all, I would say I was already doing work. Like, Choral Studio was across the road in the back of Katanga on the main road. So after Carl and I finished working, because he used to work PTSC too. He would go around the corner, in Nice Road, walking down in the back to Choral Studios, and work there through the night, come back next morning to PTSC. So after a while, it was like, well, this is time to make the move, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then when 86 came, which was just the following year, well, I didn't have to go back to work again after that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, it's almost like a kind of, it was very easy transition.
Yeah. By that time, you had already had a working relationship with Peter Minshall.
Right.
What was that relationship like? I mean, singing Calabash and then having Calabash as a band. I mean, I was very small at the time, but you know, like I have very vivid memories of Calabash, hearing Calabash on the road, experiencing the band.
Yeah.
What was your creative relationship like with Minshall?
Well, it started by accident. I joined Charlie's Roots, and I think Ellis probably suggested, the manager suggested, why don't you do a song for the band, for the Minshall band? And you're playing Jungle Fever that year. And we decided, parents said, let me do something. And I said, okay, Jungle Fever, all right, let's go. And we put this thing together. And it caught on, the band actually felt, the Masquerade I'm talking about now, we have our own tune.
Yeah.
We don't have to dance to nobody else's tune. And then somebody say, you know what you're doing there? It's what the Chantwell used to do.
Yeah.
The Chantwell would sing the song of the particular band. So everybody liked the idea. So then we started to write the river. So the whole journey through it was kind of it got expected now. Well, they have a week for this year, you know.
Yeah.
And then when he had Hallelujah,
Yes.
right? One day he said to me, he said, no, I realized something. Hallelujah music was really high mass. But high mass come a little late.
Yeah.
But that is the song of songs for the band of bands.
Hallelujah really was, I think that was one of the first times I ever played Mass.
Yeah.
And that was like, yeah. But I mean, I love that song though. I really love that the Hallelujah song that you did. I mean, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand what he means about high mass would have been the true confluence of those two things.
So it was like the relationship was like, we didn't ask Minshall what he was doing. He never once said, what are you bringing out this year? He would just make a tune. And many times these songs would kind of blend in and match.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Wow.
It was strange.
Yeah. Magical.
Yeah.
Going back to the magic. Tune?
If a man is born in luxury, they prove to me through history he is somebody. But if a man is born in poverty, starvation and misery, he is nobody. Everybody is somebody. Nobody is nobody. I mean the poor or the wealthy. Everybody is somebody. Poverty is what it takes to make such dangerous mistake about who is somebody. But when a woman makes her son, from the time that child is born, he is somebody. Everybody is somebody. Nobody is nobody. The pauper or the wealthy. Everybody is somebody.
our final song, Everybody Is Somebody. That's your third song from Shadow.
Yeah. Everybody in this world should be singing this song.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Particularly after the last 2 years that we've passed through.
Yeah.
It seems like we've lost a bit of empathy. We've lost a bit of solidarity. Yeah, we've lost people, and we've lost our feeling for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This song, it turned out simple, and it should be for everybody, especially people on the ground. You know, understand that you are somebody. You know, you should know that, but when somebody just puts it in such a simple, beautiful way, that to me that's the ultimate right there.
Yeah, yeah, and it's an important reminder.
Yeah.
Very, very important reminder. What are some of the things that you want us to remember about ourselves as Trinidadians?
I want us to remember, not more, I shouldn't say remember, not forget that we through some strange historical movements, we have this country that could show the world a thing or two. But we throw it away for what reason? There's also an emptiness too. Emptiness and a dark underbelly, as everything else. But we have this extra. Even in the negatives, like, you don't kill a man in Trinidad, you kill a man dead. So take that, change it to love, happiness, togetherness, brotherhood, and add something that superfluous, the extra. Okay, that's what puts us a little ahead of everybody. I was just before I left here to come, there was this Real Housewives or something, and they was playing mass in Brooklyn, and they're talking about Juve morning. I said, look, Yankee people, when they leave here and they cell phones and things, and they talk about, and we got to go to Juve. And I say, this little place, you know, we don't understand the power.
Yeah.
I guess if you understand it, we're way ahead of where we are. But
Yeah.
just kind of have to keep showing them the beauty, and
Yeah.
hopefully somebody will catch on.
Yeah. We certainly haven't even spoken about Pan and, you know, the tremendous value,
Yeah.
tremendous gift that the steel pan is, not just to us, but to the world.
Yeah.
You know,
I did a concert last year in Silicon Valley. And all these mega company millionaires, the children in the pan side. And I said, these are people who come in to kind of control the world. But they found the pan too. They found this on the journey, you know? So who knows how that will manifest?
yeah.
They might take it and do something so different. And instead of being cheap, they say, you see, that's what we could have taken it. Let's take it further than that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But we tend to kind of back and say, you see what they're doing? They're taking the tune and thing. Instead of company, say, no. We have been given the gift.
Yeah.
Now we have to share it,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And when we see it in that way, then things fall into place.
Yeah. You've given us hundreds of songs. And you know, I mean, I have my specific choice as a Rudder fan. If you could only sing one song from your tremendous repertoire. Sorry to put you on the spot, but I mean, you know, like if there was only one song that you were allowed to sing, you know, at an event that was, you know, which song would it be?
See, it's like saying, which one of your children is your favorite? I guess Calypso music.
Yeah. My choice would be Permission to mash up the place, but I think you knew that already. Anyway, you want to start or what?
I'll be courteous and take the smallest one.
You can get a bigger one than that. It's all right. It's all right. I would share it with you. Thanks so much, David, for being a member of the House of Music. You certainly belong to the House of Music.
Thank you very much for having me.
Being here. Cheers.
Can you hear a distant drum bouncing on the laughter of a melody? Yeah, yeah. And does the rhythm tell you come, 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 come? Does your spirit do a dance to this symphony? Yeah, yeah. Does it tell you that your heart is a fire? Oh yeah. And does it tell you that your pain is a liar? Oh yeah. Does it wash away all your unlovely? Well, are you ready for a brand new discovery? Calypso, Calypso, Calypso music. Yeah, yeah. Calypso, Calypso, Calypso music. Singing, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Calypso. Singing, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Calypso. I say that I am the seed of the growling tiger now. I got to sing, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Calypso. It is a living vibration, rooted deep within my Caribbean belly. Lyrics to make a politician cringe, or turn a woman's body into jelly. Shake it, mama, shake it, mama. It is a sweet soca music, Calypso. They could have never refuse it, Calypso. It make you shake like a Shango now, Calypso. Why it is you shake